Hey, hello guys, welcome back to yet another video, and it's 2 weeks in, so you know what that means? It's tier list time. We've got some new decks to go over, we've got new Vel, we've got added cards to Reggie, as well as Pale Moon, Grenache as well. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so as always, we're going to be doing it in clan order, roughly, based on release date. So, starting off with Royals, MLB. Saw some boost with Exculpate, literally the only card in the set for set 13 for Royals. Exculpate has its uses mostly when the opponent's on 5 damage, so you can swing with Exculpate first, hit a PG, get rid of the intercepts, then swing Rhaegar. But like, hasn't really improved the deck that much. It's still kind of basic now, and Reggie's kind of taking its job now. So it'll be at the bottom of the tier 2 once we get other decks in. It's losing favor. I'm not seeing it that much. I don't think it's that good. Dual Knights, not seen much from the rank climb. I did a rank climb for the first 2 weeks of March, so I saw a lot of different decks, but Dual Knights didn't come up that much, but it's still doing the same thing. It's still gaining early crits from Limit Break, as well as other stuff, so I put it in tier. It's a solid tier 2 deck. It's above MLB for sure. Probably like in the mid between the Tsukuyomi, like below sort of Tsukuyomi, Ezel stuff, because like while early crits is good, it doesn't really win you the game as per se. Like Tsukuyomi will win you the game with the Tom stacked triggers, which is why Tsukuyomi, speaking of level, will be pretty much high tier 2. It's not amazing on ladder for like the ranked grind because it takes a while to play, but it's always good for those rank up games or tournament play. When you know exactly what's coming up, it's pretty easy. Magus is just staying sort of tier 3, cool, does what he wants to do, but Tom makes or breaks the deck, really. I haven't included a picture for it, but Battle Sisters today has seen some support this set with Parfait. Parfait has done nothing. However, Fromage did get a boost. Fromage now, instead of being a plus 4k, is now plus 5k, which makes it 16k base. You have 4 more Battle Sister Rearguards. However, it doesn't really matter if 2 of your Battle Sister Rearguards are intercepts, because they have to attack them first. So if you attack them first, then Fromage goes down and you're basically not really gaining anything. So it's best to go, I'd say, to go Fromage and call 2 grade 3s to the front row. Even better is if you call 2 Fromages, because they're even harder to get rid of. But yeah, like the 2 intercepts doesn't really help, because you have to attack them anyway. So you ideally want to put out like a grade 3 and a grade 2 maybe. But yeah, so Battle System would probably go around sort of the tier 3-ish mark. It's got a really good card draw engine, but again, it's kind of just Tom. You kind of need Tom to end the game most of the time. Revengers, still in tier 1. Played a lot of it. I have a deeper understanding of the deck now, and it's definitely tier 1. It's not the best deck though. I think a lot of people sort of overestimate its kill power. Its kill power actually isn't that great. It can't kill from 3, and I'll go into like more in depth about this kind of stuff in the future. But yeah, we'll go more in depth into the future with a deck detective on it, which will be coming up soon, so keep your eyes out. But yeah, like, it's a good deck, really consistent, really like powerful, but not quite the best deck. Moving on to Ezel. I think Ezel is still an amazing ranked climb deck. We don't see a lot of it because it is old. The way TCGs usually go is the new cards get more attention. People want to be playing new decks, having new experiences, stuff like that. So. But I think Ezel is still a very solid climb deck. Once you get to 4, you get 3 units, stuff like that, 3 intercepts. It's just really good. And I think with upcoming support, it'll get even better with the cross-ride for Ezel Scissors. So I think I'd probably put this. It's about the same as like Tsukuyomi. It just depends whether you're talking tournaments or you're talking grind. So because I'm more of a ranked ladder kind of person myself, I'm gonna put it above Tsukuyomi. But again, like, it's kind of in between. Liberators, again. Liberators still solid tier 2, by same sort of areas, these decks, really. Like, Garmor is proven to be really good for the deck. It helps against Revengers, helps against Eradicators. Doesn't really help against Link Joker, but it does have a little bit of use against Kagero. Obviously, they can't use Nouvelle Critic to get rid of Intercepts if they play Kagero. So, I think it just stays around the sort of high tier 2 mark at the moment. We're moving on to Angel Feather. Haven't really seen many people playing it. It's a cool deck. It's got some cool. It definitely has some cool multi-attack combos, but unfortunately, I think like it's just falling off a little bit. So I think it's about. I think I probably put it under MLB because like MLB has that like it has the constant 2 crit threat as well as having the threat of Exculpate, being able to like hit you 1-5, but we need to see some more, and obviously we'll get Ramio Reverse soon, but I don't think that does much for the deck. Moving on to Fortuna and Genesis. Again, not much has changed. Still sort of Bomber tier 2. Really good. Like the Soul Charging deck fin is good, but obviously like that does mean you deck out a lot. It's just kind of staying around the same place at the moment, not going up, not going down. Until I get support with Minerva, which hasn't done much in JP, but I think Minerva might do a little bit more in Global. I think a lot of people in Global are like excited for Minerva, so we'll have to see. So moving on, Kagero. So Steel Dragons, still alright, still probably like sort of mid tier 2. Probably, I don't know if I would put it again above MLB, because MLB does have that 5 damage like kill turn now with Exculpate. But it's around here-ish. You know, it's in this general area. Probably put it here. Its ability to make Tsukuyomi shuffle the deck means it does have a good matchup against Tsukuyomi, but I think overall it's a bit lacking. And then moving on to the big Kagero deck of the format, Nouvelle Vague. Nouvelle Vague has proven to be probably one of the best decks, if not the best deck at the moment. It's honestly just really good. It's got a good engine with the grade 1 and grade 2. Grade 1 is putting back Nouvelle to then search your Dauntless Drive or your Dotes. Mostly putting Nouvelle back, which Nouvelle is usually on your heel. Then it's got, you know, some good retirement options with Critic being able to retire front row for a single Counterblast, or Berserk Dragon for 2 Counterblast. You've got Bellacosta Dragon to unflip, you've got Stricken to deal a crit. You know, it's got really good options, and with Nouvelle obviously taking out the element of RNG completely, it's really good. Like it has proved with the JP Grand Finals, as well as like just tournament, ranked grinding. Like it's good for a reason. So yeah, I think it's definitely above Revengers. I think personally, I think like its kill turns are bigger than Revengers, but like on top of that, it has the whole while you or your opponent's on 5 during your turn, nullify triggers, which helps it kill people as well. Moving on to Tachikaze. I think Tachikaze is really bad. I don't like it. I think in the current meta we're in, where there's like quite a lot of retirement, you've got Blastblade Liberate, you've got Blasted Dark Revenger, you've got Nouvelle Critic as well as Cruel Dragon, you've got just a bunch of retirement. So they can easily get rid of your Organic Gorgs, so you have to put out Organic Gorgs before you break red turn, because you want to be retiring them so you can Countless One and bring them back. So because of that reason, I think with all the retirement, I don't think it's very good. I'm going to put in like sort of tier 4. Like it's cool, and it could be just 5 to tier 3. Now Kami, still tier 1, lower than these other 2. It's really losing favor now. Like I think it's just not as good as what these other 2 decks do. Like its mid game isn't as good as like Revenge's mid game and Nouvelle's mid game. Yeah, I think it's like bottom of the tier 1 now. Murakumo, I think this has been pushed to tier 3 now. It's been pushed out of tier 2 with all like sort of tier 2 decks doing stuff it wants to. Like the rush is still good, but like that's all it does, really. It just rushes. We will be getting the reverse event soon, but I don't think that changes much about it. Break Riding Shoryuki though would be kind of cool. And then moving on to a new killer block, Nubatama. So we did a quick review of Nubatama cards just before this video, and honestly, I think it has some potential. I think the Break Ride's really lackluster. Like it binds a card from hand and then makes them discard at the start of their turn. But the issue with like discarding at the start of turn, that you're not getting rid of like PGs and stuff. So the discard is like not as good. But what I do think is good is the double rare, not like the stealth dragon, not the one that binds the field, the one that binds from hand. Cast 1, discard a card, bind 2 from your opponent's hand. I think that's really good, because you bind 2 from the hand, then Fuki or Tamahagane, I believe, can bind another one, and then combined with the Vanguard's attack and the starter Soul Blast, that's Cast 1 and 3 Soul Blast in total, you get rid of 3 cards, which is really good, and obviously you have the potential of hitting PGs. So I think, we haven't got many results for it right now. I think it's going to be mid, like bottom of tier 2, maybe to high tier 3. I'm going to put it like sort of around Murakumo, because like while Murakumo has a better early game, I think Nubatama has a better sort of long game. Like it has that advantage game. So I'm going to put it around here. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Moving on to Stargate, we've got FX Buster, which I think FX Buster right now is actually above Narukami, because I think I think its kill turn is a lot bigger than Narukami's kill turn. It can kill from, potentially from 2, as long as you get like lucky with triggers, or from 3 pretty consistently, like through like a PG or 2. So I'm gonna put it like below Revengers but above Eradicators for now. Then Link Joker, again, I think Link Joker's mainly up to the pilot. Like, Link Joker's a deck that you really have to do some forward thinking with. Like, you have to be like, do I lock here? Do I wait a turn then lock? Do I lock, you know, like, if I'm locking, am I locking double intercepts? Do I have to deal with double intercepts? There's a lot of things you have to think about. It's not just lock. So, but it'll be interesting to see how it changes with Chaos Breaker. Chaos Breaker clearly makes it tier 1, but I think it's one of the most thought-intensive tier 1 decks in Zero. It's because it's going to require a lot of forward thinking. So I think at the moment, it's sort of high tier 2, sort of like here-ish. Now that we've got people actually playing it properly, I think it's like around here-ish. We're gonna put it like probably here. Actually, no, we'll probably put it here because I think with a good pilot, it's pretty much guaranteed to win. But I think these decks just all outclass it. Social Police, tier 3, hasn't changed, nothing new. Spike Bros, again, I think this is Spike Bros has felt really weak to me recently. I don't really know why. But I think like it's basically the same deck it's always been, so it's about like around here. It's around these like 3 decks. These are like the 3 decks. These 3, like FX, Spike Brothers, and Eradicators, are like the worst tier 1 decks, but they are quite like their kill turns are what make them better than these tier 2 decks most of the time. So moving on, we've got Luke Reverse. Now Luke Reverse is an interesting one, because it can do some mad things in money attacking. You know, the grade 2s are countless one on hit. Not on hit of Vanguard, just on hit. So you can swing a 9k rear guard with your Silver Thorn, countless 1, pull a new card out over it, swing again, you know, do it again. You know, there's a lot of money attack potential, and like obviously the Silver Thorn starter is really good for deck thinning as well. Like you deck thin the entire game pretty much, and it's really good for soul control. I think like I would definitely put this as like a tier 2, to be honest. I think like its multi-attacking turn is like so good that like I'd put it probably around here-ish, you know, roughly. Like I really think it's I do think it's a really good engine. I think it only gets better with Venus. I think I'd probably put it above. It's really difficult. I think I'd put it around here. It's like either above or below. I think it's above MLB. I think the multi-attacking turn is so good that like it deserves to be above MLB. That smile, that damn smile, this fucking Reggie, man. Reggie, I think at the moment in global at least. Remember, this is a global tier list. I'm a global player myself. This is a global tier list. We haven't got the nerf, so I think without the nerf, Reggie is by far the best deck in the game right now. I think piloted properly. The only thing that changes the games is RNG. The main way to beat it is just to rush and hope for the best. If it gets that 15 soul while on like and you haven't pushed it to 4, if you haven't already pushed it to 4 by the time it gets to 15 soul, you've pretty much lost, because they're just going to see swing rear guards and Vanguard, not giving you 4 damage. It's really hard to beat, I think. I honestly think it's one of the best decks because it's just so consistent. You've got the Ammon followers who all soul charge 2. The like devil ones return heals if you soul charge them, so it doesn't return the chariot exactly, just makes a copy of a heal. But obviously chariots can be cool to put more cards in decks to prevent deck out, which then obviously power up your bikes, your carriages, and your chariots. I think like Reggie is just a really good deck at just damage denying it free, and considering like, you know, limit break, limit break, limit break, limit break, limit break, limit. This is limit break, but it can self-damage, so that's not too bad. You know, like most of these decks are limit break decks, so it just loses to Reggie. Post nerf, probably like tier 3, but for now, tier 1. Best deck, I think, in my opinion. Neonectar, I think Neonectar gets pushed down to tier 4 now. I hate to say it, but I think like with all the other decks considered, Neonectar gets pushed down to tier 4. It's just not doing anything. It doesn't do anything. It's just deck fins and hope for the best. Leopold Reverse is actually quite interesting. I've seen some gameplay of it. Also, Ammon Reverse, not really relevant. It's just Reggie for Dark Regulars. But for Grey Nature, Leopold Reverse is quite good. Locks a card, gives 2 units 4k, retires them, brings them back. So you can like cool stuff like Duckbill, give your front row the skill, then lock the duck bill, give them 4k, stack power, get stands, multi-tag. You know, it's got really good early game with its draw engine as well. I think like it's definitely a solid tier 3 deck. I'd probably put it below Magus purely because Magus has option to Tom. But it's a really solid deck, and I recommend giving it a go if you've got the cards. Don't know if I'd like spend the time building it if you don't already have them, but if you've collected the cards just from opening packs, I'd give it a go. I think it's a really fun deck. Meg Colony, yep, don't have to do this. Granblue. Now, last set, a month ago, I put Granblue at tier 4. I have since people have played me with the deck, and I have played on the ranked ladder, and I do think I was wrong at putting it at tier 4. I do think the deck is better with Reverse. I think Reverse does a lot for the deck. The Break Ride, not so much, but I think Reverse does a lot for the deck, and it's like engines. I think I'd probably put it like at about the same level as Grey Nation now, sort of this area. Like again, doesn't go over Magus because it's Tom, doesn't go over this because the early game, doesn't go over this for hand looping. But I think I was definitely wrong for putting it in tier 4, so I'd like to apologize to all the Granblue fans out there. But yeah, I was definitely incorrect, and I can admit when I'm wrong. Bermuda, solid, hasn't really changed, still sort of put around this area. Really, doesn't really change. Oh, no. Probably put it like, yeah, probably put it here. I think its multi-attacking is better than, like, its multi-attacking is guaranteed, unlike Grey Nature's. So I'll probably put it around here. Aquaforce is really getting pushed down. Link Joker, the existence of Link Joker just means it's riskier to take it into ranked. Decks these days are all about your limit break kill turns, Raging Form kill, Reggie kind of just blocking out limit break, FX kill turn, Spikes kill, like most of these decks have a kill turn. So I think like the advantage of Maelstrom's like long game, where so you just like pick away resources, gain card advantage, isn't really working that much anymore. So I think honestly, I'd probably put it around sort of bottom of tier 2 to be honest right now. But Glory Maelstrom will always be a good card and will always be a good kill turn, but like the existence of Link Joker and just the gradual advantage gain just isn't enough anymore. I think like looking at this is where I'd put everything right now. Tier 2 is so big because there are a lot of decent decks that can be played and like are competitive, but they're just sort of not quite there for tier 1. But yeah, like I honestly feel pretty confident with the placement of this. That's the tier list, guys. Thank you for watching. Please let me know in the comments if you think I've done a travesty again, as the Granblue fans did. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Gotta include that. Come and follow my Twitch. We stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday every week. We'll be doing less Zero content over the coming weeks because we're kind of cooling down from the rank grind. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I shall see you next time.